The service department at Gala Chevrolet is clean, modern, and ready for you. Our master technicians service every make and model, including certified service on any GM vehicle. Service done right the first time, every time, right here at the all-new Gala Chevrolet. At Gala Chevrolet, our master technicians service every make and model no matter where you purchase your vehicle. But that's not all. We also provide certified service on every GM model. So if your car's been acting a little funny lately or something just doesn't seem right, don't wait. Bring it in to the most modern service facility in the entire state and let us make sure that you're driving a vehicle you and your family can depend on. Service done right the first time, every time, right here at the all-new Gala Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Adam Deal, CEO of Proview Networks, and well, another year gone by, just like that.
Well, it's crazy because it feels like we were just talking about starting the season in 2017-18 season in August when football was about to kick off, and all of a sudden we're here mid-May and we're done with high school sports.
What a weekend! A great ending, to another great year that Proview Networks had. What a great job MMA did for finishing up the season with track and softball and also baseball.
Yeah, I mean, baseball sometimes can be a very difficult sport to cover because you kind of see the end of the road if you're the NMAA or Proview Networks, because we do so many high school games throughout the year. It doesn't mean we're done, right? We got a lot of stuff that we'll talk about here, Steve, in the summer. But truthfully, I mean, a lot of what we do, everyone knows, is high school sports. And so when you have softball and you have track and you have baseball all going on at once, it's a lot of sports and it's a lot of activities to do. And so I think everyone did a great job of keeping focus and having good productions. And we just keep getting better, to be honest with you.
Well, a lot of moving parts is what you're saying, and going back to last week, and one, we was fortunate with good weather. I mean, most of the time, good weather compared to like 3 years ago when it was raining. It was a disaster. But good weather, also exciting games. A lot of congratulations on a lot of the teams, all the teams that won a state championship in track, softball, and. What a great job Las Cruces did in softball to come back and beat Volcano Vista. Coach Gomez, what a great year he had. You think about him; he barely got into the playoffs, and he goes and wins the thing. So.
Yeah, I mean it's wild. And we sat back, Steve, and we said, that softball could be kind of open, right? We thought that it might be open, and we talked about it a little bit, talked about it with Scott Galletti on the sports desk, said, I don't think there's really truly a favorite now. Volcano Vista beat Las Cruces, right? And they made Las Cruces go to the loser bracket. Las Cruces had to come from behind in the seventh inning. In the bottom of the seventh, a 2-run shot to beat Rio Rancho just to get into the championship game. They did that. Then they had to beat Volcano Vista once to force the if game, and then beat them again, and they did it all. So it was pretty chaotic how it happened. So congratulations to them. But the softball, sometimes you just never know.
Artesia, congratulations to them. They had to win an if game too.
They had to do the same thing.
So it was a pretty interesting week to show the parity of it, and then congratulations to Hope in baseball.
Hope Christian gets it done. It's their second state championship in school history, first in 4A, and they were fantastic. They beat Bernalillo 2-0. It was Bernalillo's first championship appearance since 1956, which was a really good game. It was a pitcher's duel. It was very good. Coach's son, Tristan Copeland, was unbelievable. A sophomore, just giving up 2 hits and no earned runs. And so Hope Christian gets it done. On softball on the other side, Steve, it was tradition as it carries. Dexter wins another championship in 3A, and then Silver won their 7th straight championship. It was their 8th final appearance in 7th straight blue trophy. And I would like to coin the phrase that Silver, they never take silver. It's always gold for them in softball.
Well, and then I tell you, you don't want to forget about Texaco, and they got a little revenge from, from their basketball loss. It looked like all the players on the basketball team was big contributors on the baseball field.
Yeah, Texaco gets it done, and it's not a surprise. They beat Estancia. They were the 1 seed. They were the better team all year long. They win again. Texaco's breeding blue trophies out there in the 3A level, and then the 1A, 2A level. Like to congratulate Mora. It's their first ever baseball championship as they get it done. And there's an interesting stat I was told by Dwayne Case from radio from Clovis. Before the 6A championship in baseball, all teams wearing green had won. Mora, Texaco, Hope Christian, and then Farmington, their first championship in 10 years as they beat the overall 1 seed Goddard. Check this out. Goddard has been a 1 seed 5 straight years. They've made it to the state championship 5 straight years.
Won it last year.
And they were only able to win it last year. It's their only time. And so they've been upsetted all other 4 times. Still, to make it to the state finals 5 years in a row is pretty impressive. But Farmington, the history is back behind them. And obviously, if you go to the 6A level, Steve, I don't think anybody's going to be shocked when you heard that La Cueva won their 10th title, in school history, and they do it dominating Piedra Vista 14-3 in a game that was really never close. By the way, that game has national attention. The final play, Ramos makes an outstanding grab in left field to record the last out, and it's on Max Preps right now, the video, and it's going viral right now. So it's pretty cool to see.
Well, and then course and track, a lot of good things happen there. Been Bird, a little controversy there, but he ties,
officially ties the record. I know no one's happy on the Bird camp that because if you don't know, it was shown on the big screen in the stadium that he ran a 10.4, but the official score clock actually had him at a 10.5, which ties Bobby Newcomb, of course, the great Highland athlete, Steve, that you know, and went on to play Nebraska and just an unbelievable football player. Well, Bird ties him, so he's in the record book. He owns the record along with Bobby Newcomb officially.
Which is not a bad name to be.
That's an amazing feat, so congratulations to him. By the way, that's his 4th straight 100-meter dash championship. He's been the fastest man in the state of New Mexico for his entire stint in high school, which is unbelievable.
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to go to the Dream Style remodeling top 10 plays of the week and come back and talk a little bit more about the state tournament and also what we have coming up in June.
That's driven, that's deep, that's gone. That's a 2-run bomb turned in by Gabby Gomez. Second. Gotta give them a lot of gas lifted in the air to right field. That's drifting, and gone. That one. Drifting, the wind caught that baby and just kept it going. And Finger comes up.
Well, this one is
that's
hammered out
over
to
his
left
head,
field.
yeah.
That's gone!
It's a home run.
A 2-run shot for Austin Slagle. And La Cueva out in front 3-1. First homer in Isotope Park.
This is Austin's great performances. That's pulled well in to right, and it's gone! First inning homer for Martinez.
Oh my God, that was wild.
Who would have thought of that, huh? The Falcons.
That's their very Look at this. Schlegel gonna hand it off to Pineda. Off the bag. No, the tag is there. Out!
one. Driven deep to center, going back, gone! Gomez on the 3-run bomb to straightaway center field. And you said it, explosive. Remain up. That's driven up the middle for another base hit. They're going to wave him around from second. Here comes the throw. Got him!
This one is hit heavily out to left field, getting underneath it. Ramos makes the play, the grab, and it's over. The 2018 state champs. It's the La Cueva Bears, their 10th in school history. And what a play to seal it up. We'll talk with your dad now. The big hug. That's priceless right there.
Got a good jump off there, but right next to Bird, though, is Volcanoes Alejandro. This could be Bird.
A clean start. Jordan Bird there already in front with a white headband. It's not even close, ladies and gentlemen. This kid is something special. And Bird with a 10-5-8. He just missed it. Jordan Bird already blowing everyone out of the water.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. Again, special guest is Adam Deal, CEO, Proview Networks. And you were busy last week, just a little bit, I think we were all a little bit busy, but it was actually, the week went, despite all the graduations that were going on at UNM, traffic problems.
It's a chaotic area, isn't it?
You learned that it was almost better to walk than it was to use your car.
I tried to drive from track to near Isotope Stadium. I should have just walked. I was being lazy, and then I had to end up parking even further than I was. So it was not an ideal situation.
Well, you made it to the game, so that was great. But it was, it just kind of, highlighted the whole year. Come through, coming off a great basketball. We, the word we say around here, knocked that out really well. And I think baseball and softball and track, we knocked it out pretty well. So, it ended up very strong.
It goes fast. I mean, like I said, just remember fall was, just going on, and we were in October going through the first championships with cross country and soccer, leading into volleyball, and then all the football state championships, Steve, and then it takes you straight to wrestling state championships and swimming and diving state championships, and then next thing you know, it's basketball, and we all know in the state of New Mexico how big of a deal that is, and then leading into these spring sport championships with small school track, big school track, softball and baseball classifications, and a whole year is gone just like that. But that's not all we are, right? I mean, so we do a lot of high school sports, but we do have a lot of events throughout the year that we've built here at Proview Networks where we broadcast and we have some good stuff that we can continue to air, live sporting events.
Well, let's take a look at just the end of the May. I mean, we're at the May 14th or 15th of today, and look at May 24th. We've got the Soul that starts their season.
Yeah, Albuquerque Soul's going to get going, and that's against the the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. That's coming. It's our first game in PDO. Supposed to have a lights-out team this year, the Albuquerque Soul. So we're really excited about that. And of course, how about the Duke City Gladiators?
Not a lot of people talking about them.
But the Gladiators.
7-1.
They're 7-1. They just won, Steve. They're in first place, sole possession of it in the entire league, not just their conference. And I'll tell you what, they've got a big game at Texas Revolution this weekend, who they've beaten twice already. They win that game, they go to 8-1, and then we'll see them next weekend here. We'll have it live, Steve. If they beat Amarillo, they will get the overall #1 seed in the playoffs, and they'll have home games for us to broadcast, which will be monster. Really excited about that. Dominic Bramante's done such a good job with this team. They've built such a good team, and so that'll be fun. Also, that the Soul will have, it's really a doubleheader against the Spring Switchbacks, and then you know what, we're going to have some New Mexico game stuff. We're going to have the Great Southwest Outdoor Track.
Basketball, that's going to be on Memorial Weekend. That's something we've done 3 years in a row, and it's actually Brandon Mason's bringing in a power team, so he's wanted to make sure that it was on Proview Network, so where he could, show his skills off a little bit.
Brandon Mason's getting back surgery, so he's not showing any skills off. He's just going to be coaching it. So we'll see how he holds up.
Well, he wants to see if he can get a win. He hasn't had success in that the New Mexico games. So he's looking forward to getting it done. And then, something that was missing, we got Lobo baseball we're finishing up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week.
Yeah, and so that's going to be live on the Mountain West Network. We'll have links for you on our website at ProviewNetworks.com. As the Lobos, not the season they want, but they'll finish against UC Davis, and we'll have those broadcasts for you and then re-aired here on Proview Sports Network. And so, and that's just May leading into June, Steve. And, in June we've got a lot of broadcasts, right? And you see some of them. Great Southwest Track, which is fantastically ran.
3-day event.
By John Holland. And, the New Mexico games will have some baseball for you. And then we get into the New Mexico High School Coaches Association.
Little
North
different
South
this year.
All-Star, yeah.
Little
it's all
different.
of them in one weekend.
All week. Go ahead.
No, and that's real. We got stuff. We continue with the Soul, Steve, and then Legacy Boxing promotions again. It'll be at Route 66, Route to Glory 2, which, how fun was that, the last one we got to do, and the Perez brothers do an unbelievable job putting these together and, getting a fan base there, and we'll have those broadcasted for you as well.
Well, I'll tell you, something new that we're going to do a little bit of, and, the regional complex, the Albuquerque complex, we're going to pick up a few games there, this year, so this summer's going to be a little bit more intriguing. I think a lot of people always ask, "Oh, what do you do during the summer?" And since the school year's out, that graphic right there just kind of showed you that this may be our busiest June that we've ever had in our 11-year history.
It is our busiest June. And what's funny is we said that exact same thing last year at this time, right? We said this is our busiest June, and so we just keep adding more really interesting stuff from across the state and this city that people want to watch. And it's Steve, it's you as the president, myself, and our crew that's done a great job. Our main guys here, Jason Poole, Josh Brown, Alden Iowani, and really we've built Proview Networks into something that can be reliable for the city, reliable for student athletes, and even professional athletes around the state, and we keep getting better, and we'll pat ourselves on the back, Steve, because this thing has grown into something that everybody appreciates now.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of moving parts. I like the word moving parts, but we have a lot of great sponsors, with APS. I mean, not sponsors, but partnerships with APS and Rio Rancho, Los Lunas, and Hope, and Academy, and all the schools. The
Rio Rancho Public Schools. I mean, everybody. AYBL has been fantastic. The city of Albuquerque has really supported us in what we're doing here at Proview Networks. And then you as the fan base is very important because, you keep watching us, and so it allows us to get great sponsorship and support from people like Gallus Chevrolet, and of course the Frontier Restaurant in Golden
Never forget
Pride.
the Ranisheks.
They have been with us forever, and they've been fantastic.
Garden
Swartz Team Sales, Crown Jewels and Coin, and then newer support from great people from Larry Chavez, and Dream Style Remodeling. They have been unbelievable supporters of what we do, and so
Car Crafters,
we continue
Tampa
grow, yeah.
have just really, really stepped up and made it a lot more comfortable for myself to be able to do all these broadcasts that we're doing in the month of June.
Well, Steve, what was your favorite championship team to cover throughout all sports in the 2017-18 year?
Well, you would have to throw that out there, wouldn't you? This is a Steve Davis show. You're not. I know you've kind of taken over this.
I asked you. No, I asked you the question.
You know what? I'm going to think about it. We're going to go to a break, and we'll come back and we'll pick up on that thought.
Yeah, come on.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales. The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Hey, New Mexico, come check out the newly remodeled guest rooms at the new Wyndham Albuquerque Hotel and Conference Center, featuring 309 rooms, 30,000 square feet of meeting space. New Mexico's only indoor water park featuring the Wave Runner. 2,200 square foot fitness center with hydro massage chairs. Also enjoy breakfast at our new Manzanita Grill and watch your favorite team play at Altitude Sports Bar and Grill. It's all at Wyndham Albuquerque Hotel and Conference Center.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at Proview Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Nothing completes a trip downtown like a visit to Lindy's Cafe. You won't find a more relaxing restaurant to unwind at. Located on 5th and Central, proud supporters of Proview Networks, Lindy's strives to be a friendly and welcoming place.
Lindy's, a great place to be seen.
Nothing completes a trip downtown like a visit to Lindy's Cafe. You won't find a more relaxing restaurant to unwind at. Located on 5th and Central, proud supporters of Proview Networks, Lindy's strives to be a friendly and welcoming place.
Lindy's, a great place to be seen.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. I got Adam Deal here, and you, CEO of Proview Networks, and you threw that question out.
Put you on the spot.
Well, truthfully, mine are real simple, and it goes to, and my thought process is I love to see coaches and son combos win it, and that's what we saw with Coach Ortega and Trisco Heritage, and we also saw that in baseball with Coach Panada and also
Yeah, Gerard Pineda and Jack Pineda. They had shared a really nice moment at the end of it.
Yeah, and you got
course,
good touches of it. So, and it goes back to, Joe Coleman when, he won it with his. Frank is still won it with his son. I mean, so those are, it's so hard to coach today. And
what was interesting about Atrisco, too, is Coach Adrian Ortega and his son, Adrian Ortega, who was also a coach, and who played for him in the state championship and lost, and they coached together. And Diego Ortega, the younger brother and son, finally got it done. And just the way Atrisco kind of won that tournament, they were the best team by far, I thought.
And so those are just moments that being a coach for 10 years in high school to understanding the dynamics of how hard it is to coach your son and also win the state championship and also be fair amongst the other players, and just shows you the character of both those coaches to be able to put being a father and then also being a coach, and then you see the results of winning the state championship. And so those two really, all of them were great to me. I mean, you know that, and every one of them has storylines, but I'm a storyline type person that likes to see coaches and sons combo win the state championship.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Manzano. And what a job Chad Adcox has done, and he has stepped aside as the head coach.
And that was part about family too. That was, and you know what, he was on the Steve Davis show, and it didn't surprise me at all that he did that, because we sat there after he won the state championship and we were having breakfast, and he told me that that he's having a hard time coping not being with his family.
Yeah, and it's good for him, and he did a great job. And I think I know he gets a lot of attention, but he deserves the attention, and it's Jordan Bird. And so just covering him since he's a freshman, Steve, and all of a sudden, boom, before you could think, he's a senior, and he leads his Monarchs to a state championship. And of course, there's other great players like Andrew Erickson and just an unbelievable defense. But it was fun to watch Jordan Bird become the athlete that we thought he would be, and the humble kid he is. And he's been really gracious with Proview Networks, and we wish him the best as he goes to San Diego State. But the way he finished this year, he won a state title in football. He won his 4th state title in the 100 that we talked about, and so that's what I'm going to go with. I think he was the storyline of 2017-18.
Well, and back to Chad Adcox, how he brought that team over. I mean, I remember you and I going out 4 years ago and seeing that team as freshmen and sophomores, and they took their hits big time as far as getting some losses, and how he brought them on over those 4 years, and how the character of winning their quarterfinals, semifinals, and all the way up to the finals, how they just took it one game at a time, and didn't let the media or anything. They were focused the whole time, and Chad Adcox and his coaching staff, and also the unbelievable support of the alumni at Manzano.
And Steve, this year we've talked about a lot of firsts for Proview Networks and how things are getting better, and some of our broadcasts or I guess contracted work with the NFHS network get national attention. We had one video this year for volleyball, a rally between Cibola and Rio Rancho that lasted about 5 minutes, and that is up to about 1.5 million views right now. It's unbelievable how popular that video has gotten. It's by far the most watched video ever that Proview Networks has ever produced, and now we've got another one that's kind of gaining national attention, and the one that sealed the deal for La Cueva.
And we're going to see it right here. Josh pulled it up, and watch this. This is last out, is that correct?
Yep. And you see he's got a little bobble there, and he pulls it down like it was nothing, and that's the moment right there.
Yeah, that's the way they huddle. And
then watch this. We'll have, this is a raw moment, Steve, that you'll see between Gerard Pineda, who just won his 5th state championship as head coach.
And I love the way you...
5 out of 9
So he's
years.
over 500%, or he's over almost 600%.
It's ridiculous.
Batting average. He's 2 for 2 in those jerseys too. So.
Watch this. That is some love right there, right?
Yeah.
Gerard Pineda sharing a moment with Jack Pineda. That's good stuff.
I'll tell you, that's unbelievable, coverage, and like I said, those are moments you think about that are special to me when you see those type things happen, and we're running down. You got a few thoughts real quick?
Well, that was a good job pulling that up on the spot by Josh Brown and the guys putting that together, because it kind of recaps a really cool moment for LaQuave, and I hope we can put that on Twitter for you to see as well. But no, I mean, we've got a busy summer, and we'll have great stuff for you, and I'm just going to hint towards an unbelievable fall that we've got planned for you. Things that you haven't seen before, things that are going to get better and bigger. And so have fun this summer, because we're going to be back even stronger than this last year. I could promise that.
Well, thanks for coming on, and thanks for giving us an update of the last year, and we'll see you soon.